Once that's open, go and click on File, Open Video File, and this is just the Episode 1 directory again. I'm sick of repeating it. And I want to open up the clip that says Motion Blur, then Open. Now this is the original recording I made of the guy running at 180 frames per second. We've already gone over how to process the motion blur on this. Now what I want to do is convert all this to slow motion footage at 30 frames per second. I'll explain why. Remember in Galaxy Gulp how I showed the dwarf firing out of the cannon, then cut to slow motion, then cut back to regular speed again? Well, I'm going to show you how I did that in Adobe Premiere, but we'll want to have a copy of this original clip first. So on that note, let's go to Video, Frame Rate, and notice how it's set to 166. We want to manually change this to 30 frames per second. Then press OK. Now click on File, Save As, and I'll call this Motion Blur Unprocessed, since it doesn't have any blur. Then to save a little space, I'll change the compression to Huffy UV by clicking on Change, then Huffy UV, then OK. Now save, and I'll uncheck these. Okay, next I'll go over a few more basic editing tricks in Virtual Dub. But rather than wait for this to finish, I'm going to skip ahead like those cooking shows where they cheat and make the dish ahead of time for after the commercial break. And here we are in Virtual Dub again. Now this time I'm going to show you a few more editing features it has. I actually made my first episode of Civil Protection using only Virtual Dub for editing, but I don't recommend that, so I'll just show you what I still consider useful. Go and click on File, then Open Video, and now we'll open the video clip we just made, Motion Blur Unprocessed. Then click on Open. Actually, you can select any clip for this part. I'll just be showing you how some of the filters work. Alright, the first thing I'll show you is how to trim your clip. Say you don't want this whole clip. You just want the part where the fight guy is running side to side. Well, what you would do then is first scan to the part you want. I'll say right here. Now press the Home button. That started where we'll split the clip. So you notice that little black spot there? That's our indicator. Now I'll scan forward until he's off the screen. Right there. Now press the End key. Okay, see this bar here? That shows which part of this clip to keep if we try and save it. And if you want to get more specific, you can click on Video, select Range, and here it shows exactly the duration of that section. Look under Frames here. It shows you at what frame number it starts, how long it lasts, and how far that is from the end. And if you want to adjust it here, you don't have to worry about the math. It'll fill that in for you. But really, it's easier to do by looking at it. Go ahead and press OK. You can save a lot of space by trimming down your clips like this. But don't cut yourself too short, as it's always better to have more footage than not enough when doing your edits. Also, don't do this on an XVID clip in direct stream copy mode, or else it will probably have errors due to how it uses keyframes. Okay, next I'm going to show you how to use some filters.